Trust me when I say this, once you master volume and price action, you will never be able to look at the charts the same way. Now, when it comes to volume, there's only 4 scenarios that happens in the market. The first scenario is if we have a big candlestick, be it green or red, but the volume is also big, that usually is a good sign in the market. If the trend is going towards the upside, you see a big candle with a lot of volume, it's solid. Now, second scenario is we have a big candle, but instead of a big volume, we get a small volume. This is when you need to be careful about the big volume because there's a lot of manipulation happening behind the market. If the volume is small, we have a big candle, you gotta be careful. The third scenario is when we have a small candlestick and we also have a small volume. Now, this is simply telling us the price didn't make a big move, the buyers and sellers were not really interested, and hence we have a small volume. There's no manipulation. This is exactly what happened in the market, and that is a good sign as well. When you see a consolidation happening and there's less volume in that consolidation, that's exactly what's going on. And then comes the last scenario where a lot of people mess up. When you see a small candlestick, usually at the top of the trend you'll see this. It's a small candlestick, but it has a lot of volume on it, and that simply tells us the buyers were interested, but the sellers were so freaking interested they kept the price there. You gotta think of it like, if you want to sell your phone, why would you try to sell your phone at 800 while you know the prices can push to 850? Wouldn't you want to sell your phone at 850 instead? This right here is the biggest reason why traders lose money. They see a candle, but there's a lot of volume, and they confuse this with, oh, this is good sign. No, this is always a bad sign. When there's a small candlestick, has a lot of volume, no, you gotta be careful. Get out of the trade if you can. Another question is, volume is subjective. You always need to compare this volume to the previous candle's volume. For example, if I want to see if this is a good volume or not, I need to compare it with the previous candle's volume. This is a big candle and there's a big volume. This is a good sign. This is a small candle with a small volume. This is a good sign. We're already in a downtrend. What happens? The trend continues towards the downside, and that's how you need to look at the charts. There's so many strategies that you can play around with the candlestick and volume in the price section. If you want to learn all these trading strategies, just drop the word system down below and I'll send you the details.